What a great intro.
Isn't it though? It's
I mean, it's pretty good.
one for the ages.
I like it. We haven't
Adobe
had
After
that.
Effects.
We haven't had that since episode 1, right?
No, there was a very long, convoluted. I guess I don't know. I won't say dance mix because it wasn't really dance mix, but it was very.
Somebody just put on Much Dance 93 and picked a random track. And then the lawyers came.
Yep, no more Jamiroquai. So welcome to another fascinating initiative, Open Collar.
We are deeper underground.
Yeah, you can't show your face anymore, or the lawyers will be on us.
Beardless today.
The beardless wonder.
Beardless in Seattle.
The snowpocalypse is upon us.
Is I imagine you didn't go into work today.
No, I did not. Nobody went. No one left the house. It's not like you could if you wanted to. I had 2 rounds of shoveling, 2 rounds of snow blowing, and 4 Advil PMs later.
That's not a solid day in your 30s. I don't know what is.
And then the casual conversation with the neighbors afterwards. So
Yeah,
I caught my neighbor when I was shoveling the second time, and they have a clearing service that comes in. So she said, "Yeah, feel free just to shovel whatever into their laneway, so I can."
Oh, 100%.
So I was doing that for a bit, and then later in the afternoon, I saw there was a van that was trying to go down the street, but it kept getting stuck. So I'm like, well, I'll be the neighborly person to go help push. So by the time I got my boots all, done up, my jacket on, he had eventually worked his way down the road. But
At least he tried.
the husband was next door, so he was just like flabbergasted by the massive amount of snow in his driveway. So I'm like, what's going on? And he's just like, I think someone's dumping snow here.
No.
Says my wife said that the plow came by and it's like we don't know where the snow came from. So I was just like, well, she told me I could throw it there. But also I've been out a bunch and I don't think anybody ever came by. So he's just like, all right. She's like, I don't know where wife's gonna park now because they took their daughter to her job. So I said, well, feel free to park behind us because I had cleared our driveway and into the street, so you can fit like another row of cars behind us.
Yeah, that's a good neighborly thing to do.
So she did, and then later after the snow died down and the kids were playing outside, she came by and was like, "I'm sorry if my husband was accusing you or laid into you for throwing snow in the driveway." I explained to him that I told you could do it. I said, "Oh yeah, I didn't because I had a blower. I just blew it down into the street." But I'm like, "Yeah, no problem. He didn't." Actually, he was more just confused as to why he was gone all day. You have a clearing service, and it was
still snow,
still snow in the driveway. And yeah, she said no. They came right after she talked to me. It was like 9:00. They had come 10 minutes later and had not been back the rest of the day. So they cleared about 5 centimeters of the 50 that fell.
Yeah.
So she's like, I don't think I'm going with this company anymore.
I'm sure that company was busy.
I mean, everyone's busy.
Yeah. Everyone's busy in a 50 centimeter dumping.
So, you could probably explain this because Ashley doesn't believe me when it happens to me, but attachments fall off when you're shaving more often than you would like. And it leads to, in your case,
I had it happen today.
where you have to wear a paper bag now.
It wasn't even that it fell off. It was the guard wasn't how the guard kind of lines up on I guess you could call it a track on top of the trimmer. Well, it was it wasn't quite on the track, so it was trimming on an angle, and then I fixed it, and then on the other side, whatever, did the same thing. And by that time, it's too late. You look like a fool.
It's like the LRT version of your razor.
Yeah.
Just can't stay on the tracks.
Exactly. Can't stay on the tracks in winter. Ew. So yeah, anyways, I did a full shave, got out the shaving cream, the little pamper. I was like, screw it, I'm here now.
You're pot committed.
Yeah, made sure to cut myself as I always do. Otherwise, what's the point?
I got the one blade for Christmas.
Oh yeah, like the Phillips one blade.
Yeah. You really need to read that thing because I like, oh, okay, so you make sure it's flat. So I did it just like under the chin.
Yeah.
It's like someone slit my throat.
Oh yeah, it's
It is close.
Don't try it on other parts of your body.
Do not try this at home.
That's how you lose a sack. They should honestly, I would pay for just like a running list of like trimmers and whatever razors that you shouldn't use on. I'll take any part of your body, but just categorize it. Like, don't use these ones on your nuts, and that was probably really long.
I'd say probably the majority.
The vast majority. They've got all these ones now that claim, the ones like the like the Manscaped trimmers and the no nick guarantee. Like, I don't know how you can guarantee that. You can pretty much nick yourself with just about anything.
It reminds me, it was not that long ago that we had the possibility of a sponsor, and I can't remember.
Is it Manscaped? Am I shit talking your future sponsor?
No,
I'm not shit talking you, Manscaped. I just you can't guarantee something like that.
Oh yeah, it was Smooth My Balls reached out about.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, doing a review for them, but you have to like pay them to have them send you the stuff so we could review it.
Yeah, that kind of defeats the purpose of a sponsor, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
And it was so like when I was talking to them, it was more of like, well, yeah, we'll do it, but like, why don't you just send it? And it's like, no, we don't do that. All right.
Okay. Well, we tried. Yeah.
It's to me, it's like the podcast sponsorship equivalent of the sign up for free, but give us your credit card.
Doesn't sound like it went smoothly at all.
Hey-o.
I'm on fire. We can wrap this one up in 20 minutes.
It would have been funny to just have like a big Smooth My Balls presents Open Collar.
Yeah.
Although you would have to probably have like Smooth Our Balls.
They forced them to change the whole company name.
I don't know how well they're doing because I've been looking at their Instagram. They haven't had any updates since the 7th of August of 2021. 18 posts. People must have caught wise of their, pay for my sponsorship. That is why we are sponsor free. We pay for no man. So, you watch sports not regularly?
I mean, yeah, pretty regularly, I'd say.
Are you out of the realm of hockey?
I don't watch a ton of hockey. Honestly, I kind of forgot it was still on.
I forgot it was still a sport.
Yeah.
In Canada. There is the All-Star game for the NHL coming up in a few weeks.
Right.
And Nathan McKinnon, seen here in this slide for those not watching, basically did not care that one of his teammates, Nazem Kadri, was not selected to the All-Star game. But there's and now how the NHL, I think most leagues now have a representative for every team, so every team is represented at these All-Star festivities.
Is that intentional or is that like?
Yeah. So his thing was, oh, my writing here is all dark.
Did you write it on your hand and now you're all sweaty? Oh man.
No, I think it's the result of doing it on one computer where I have a setting where everything's dark mode on my browser.
Right.
And now I'm on a regular computer where that's not the case. Anyway, his comments basically were with regards to Nazem Kadri not making the All-Star game is that it's silly. I don't think every team should make it to the All-Star game. It's not a participation game.
Yeah, like it's not a if your team's not stacked, your team's not stacked. Like that's not, I don't know. To me, that's not how All Stars should work. Just because like we need to make it friendly for every team involved. But that honestly, that probably comes from like a team owner thing where they made some deal with the NHL that we got to be able to send whatever, insert bad player on bad team here. The Jerome McGinley's. I mean, Jerome McGinley was good. That's a bad example. But like, the good players on the bad team, like the average players, that would be average on other teams, but because the team sucks, he's the best one on that team, right?
I get the sentiment of you want to have the best and representing the league in a, I guess, for lack of a better term, best on best competition, even though there's no competition at all at an All-Star game.
Right.
But on the flip side, from a fan perspective, if you see that there's not a single player from your team that is considered an All-Star, would that not affect your view of your team?
Yeah, definitely.
So I think this is their way of trying to curb that. Yeah, like the Pro Bowl. The Pro Bowl is all 32 teams represented.
I imagine so.
I guess that's a bad example given the amount of positions that there are.
Yeah, it's NFL teams are pretty wide, both wide and deep. Here's a good example. I would say NBA would be a better example. Like if we go to the NBA All-Star 2021, even let's say, like who's on that list?
I guess another thing about it too is it's probably more in line with what McKinnon's saying with respect to how the league does the All-Star game now with the 3-on-3 competition and all divisions represented versus before where you could say the starters are the All-Stars and then you pick a representative for every team for the third and fourth line. Much like what the NBA, I'm sure you're going to pull up here, where you have your starters are probably going to be half of X team, and then the bench is going to be a player or two from every other team.
Yeah, there's like 2 players from like certain teams. I'm trying to like see which ones have 0. I wish I was better at memorizing NBA teams off the top of my head.
Just gotta imagine who would be last place.
Like off the top of my head, I don't see any Houston Rockets on here. Am I right? Yeah, so like no one from Houston. So there's your answer. NBA doesn't have a representative from each team.
The NBA does it right.
Yeah. Well, they'll have 2 representatives from one NBA team and then 0 from others, which is how it should be, I think.
Yeah, and fan voting also is one that skews the results of this too.
Yeah, well, if you have fan votes, then like depending on how big your market is. Like what's the smallest market in hockey? Probably one of the Canadian teams, right? Not necessarily, I guess.
Yeah, I guess you can't really go by the population size.
But you'd have to it's probably population / interests.
Yeah, like if you figure Florida is one of the most heavily populated states, but is Sunrise, where the Panthers play, that into hockey despite how well their team is doing?
I've been to that arena in
you've been a couple
Sunrise,
times,
Florida. Yeah. And if you think that the one in Ottawa is like in a remote location, I think Florida's got us beat because that is like that arena is like in the middle of a swamp near like a highway between, I don't know, two towns. Like it's in the middle of nowhere. Like I wonder if I can like bring it up and like what's.
Well, it's just like it's not even a well-known city. Just from a tourist perspective, Sunrise, Florida. You think you're
Sunrise, Florida, where the sand turns to gold.
Is that their city slogan?
No.
Because that would be perfect. Yeah, because you think Florida, you think in Orlando, Tampa, and Miami.
Yeah, pretty much. The Florida Live Arena, is that what it's called? Okay, so like if you Google like Florida Live Arena, it doesn't even have a sponsor, I don't think, anymore, unless Florida Live is the sponsor. I just wouldn't know what that is. But if you Google it on Google Maps, you'll see that it's basically across a swamp. It's across from the Everglades, I think, actually.
A lot of gators.
Yeah. And then across like the Sawgrass Expressway, like make your jokes as you will. And then there's nothing around it but the venue itself.
Doesn't do well for pre-game dinners and
it's
post-game dinners, and
it's like a good haul. It's a good haul. We Ubered there from Miami. Woo! And that was easily it was 100+ Uber ride for sure.
For a second I thought you were gonna say it was Uber dollars.
Uber bucks.
Like Disney dollars. Get those Uber bucks.
Yeah. I guess that's why I'm so good at Florida, man, because
you've been there.
All my experience in Florida.
You've you've tasted the waters.
It's amazing how much of it is just swamp and forestry, I guess if you can call it that.
Well, what is like that's the whole thing. That's the whole thing, right? They're all it's the Everglades, right?
Yeah. Look how close you are to Havana. You can have a good time. All right, we're getting sidetracked here.
Ryan's going to tell us all about the hot spots of Florida.
And the hot spots of Cuba, apparently.
So I don't know if you saw this, but first of all,
is that
a gentleman here who works for Lucasfilm has like the best name, Pablo Hidalgo.
Honestly, I thought it was Haley Joel Osment with like a buzz cut for like a split second.
He's working for Lucasfilm now.
If I had to describe Haley Joel Osment to a sketch artist, and like he would ask me what he would look like today, I'm pretty much showing him a picture of that man right there.
He's somehow like Latino now.
Look, man, I'm not. I see what I see. Okay, I am colorblind.
Who knows what's been going on with Haley Joel all this time?
Yeah, exactly. Maybe he got into the film industry.
So this is a writer for, I guess, the Star Wars books lines. Anyway,
okay.
So he tweeted the other day, which has since been deleted. So I'm assuming Lucasfilm gave him shit.
They hushed him.
Yeah. So I guess
Cara Duned him.
Yeah. I guess someone was asking why Coruscant was not featured in the new, I guess, Force Awakens.
I have points to add to this after.
So basically, he said, Bad Robot wanted it blown up. Lucasfilm didn't. So Hassian Prime was the unsatisfying middle ground.
Oh, like when they destroyed like a bunch of crap.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it had absolutely no repercussions in later films. Yeah.
Right. So they made up a new location to show getting destroyed. Apparently, he also says that, he says but doesn't say, that Starkiller Base doesn't seem like it was a Lucasfilm idea as well.
It's not.
So shitting all over J.J. Abrams and Bad Robot, and then the tweets, they disappear.
Yeah, because Mickey Mouse came in and
I was just gonna do it, but I was drinking my water.
Oh,
Still the best like representation of the character on South Park.
oh, so good. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so literally just previous to this podcast, I was watching literally like a 90-minute video on basically everything wrong with the last three films. So Force Awakens, Rise, and Last Jedi. If that's even the order
Yeah.
that they're in, I think it is. Anyways, the big thing that this guy was coming down on is the lack of world building in the last three films, meaning like basically good storytelling. You'd have what's going on, like what the audience sees, and for every inch of that, there's miles of stuff that you don't see that's going on behind the scenes in the world, and you try to have that narrated almost subconsciously.
So
And
not so much just showing a new planet, but giving.
yeah, and so the OG3 was decent enough at this. They kind of got a pass because it was the first three iterations of the film. You could take it anywhere, but he really commended the the prequels. We can talk a lot of shit about the prequels, but one of the things that at least this guy, they said that it did well is it kind of opened up the world building and kind of gave you a better macro view of what the Star Wars universe is like. And just to your point of not utilizing Coruscant in the last three movies, and just pretending that it's not really there because you can't decide what to do with it. There wasn't really a lot of world building in the last three. He basically shits all over it, and I kind of had to agree with him.
Yeah, because say what you will about our friend Jar Jar, but yeah, you learn a lot about.
Oh man,
You learn a lot about Naboo.
I could go without Jar Jar, but you know what? Besides Jar Jar, and
All the Gungans.
yeah, not all of them, just that one. That one in particular. But anyways, yeah, exactly your point. Like, the even the the narration of the Trade Federation in the prequels. And yeah, I've talked about this before, but like the economic side of Star Wars and stuff like that. That's the shit I've always been into. But anyways, they do a good job as to showing it's not just good team X versus bad team Y all the time. There's different economic factors, there's different worlds, there's different things at play. Clone Wars does a fantastic job at this so far, and the last three films, I honestly, I always have a hard time remembering what even happened in the last three films because they're so very forgettable. But I couldn't tell you anything about the worlds or like the background of those movies that at least I can remember that stood out.
Yeah. Like what I remember really is that you have like the only one they really spent any sort of time on is Jakku, which is just Tatooine Light. Other than that, yeah, it's basically just here's a planet that looks different than the one we were on the last movie because we went to Iceland or something and filmed there.
Yeah, anyways, more back to the point there about Haley Joel Osment getting his tweets revoked. Yeah, like it's probably like it doesn't surprise me. Doesn't surprise me in the slightest.
It seems like Lucasfilm will go out of their way to try to appease the fans, but if the fans say anything, they don't want to hear it.
That's right. Yeah.
And if you have an employee who's like, yeah, you know what, you're kind of right, we got to shut that down like ASAP.
Yeah.
Which again, I don't understand. Like you're like to your point, like these last three movies didn't do anything, but one very much was all fan service, and that was The Force Awakens. Then Last Jedi, you had somebody who came in and wanted to change it up.
J.J. Abrams was he did Force Awakens, and then did he do
Skywalker?
He did do Skywalker. He didn't do Jedi, right?
No, that was
Johnson or whatever, right?
Yeah, Rian Johnson.
Yeah, that's right.
Who took a beating from the fans,
as he should, as he should. Which one did Han Solo die in? The last one?
Force Awakens.
Oh, he does in the first one.
Yeah.
See, this is like how. Yeah. I couldn't even tell you where in those 3 movies he died, and I like Star Wars.
He showed up in the last one as, I guess,
Oh,
a force ghost, or just at least
yeah.
a figment of.
Remember like the whole Force healing thing?
Yeah.
This is giving me
It's
PTSD.
just like, where was this 6 movies ago?
Oh, they talked this. The same video talked about. I can't remember again. I can't remember which one it's in, but when that lady kamikazes the whole ship there to take out the fleet.
Yeah.
The big like visual looked really cool visually, made no sense in terms of lore and feasibility. Because if you could do that, then why would the Empire spend so much time building a Death Star when they could just take Star Destroyers and do that and take out planets like that?
Well, yeah, not even. Yeah, the Empire makes 2 Death Stars, and then you have.
You know how much overhead you take on by building a Death Star, not alone 2 of them?
Yeah, and then these guys, like, well, screw 2 Death Stars. Let's go bigger.
Yeah.
Let's take a planet and build a weapon.
Why would you build the exact same thing twice? And then they're just oh, we're just gonna move the exhaust port this time.
I don't know.
I guess we can shit on the original 3 movies too to a certain degree, but
yeah,
damn it, at least they had gumption.
For most people, it's gonna be, well, I should say most people. Those older than us would say Ewoks. Is the Jar Jar Binks of
that's true.
Return of the Jedi.
Yes, there's those that liked the Ewoks and those that did not like the Ewoks.
Did you ever see those like made-for-TV movies about the Ewoks?
I can't say I have.
I also, now, those came out in the 70s and 80s, so there wasn't really internet or anything like that. But somehow people knew these characters' names despite those names never being mentioned in the movies. Like, I didn't find out till later that he was Wicket, the little Ewok.
Oh, the one played by Warwick Davis?
Yeah. Like, when was that mentioned in the movie?
Crazy. Yeah, it could be, who knows? It could have been in the scripts. It could have been in books later on.
That's probably the extended stuff, yeah.
Yeah, you got to give the nerds credit. Like, they
did their homework.
I don't even pretend to know the most about Star Wars. I don't even pretend to be in the top 10%.
Just 10%?
Okay.
I'd say 15, 25.
Yeah. I consider myself top half in terms of the entire population. Like, I could win a discussion about Star Wars with my girlfriend. I'm confident in that.
Like, how up on that is she?
Not very.
Because most girls, like Star Wars, they know of the titles. Maybe saw a movie or 2. And say, oh, I saw Star Wars. I don't. It was the 5th one.
Yeah.
Like, well, 5th one in what regard?
Yeah.
OG trilogy, then like
the
second trilogy.
You lose them there. It's like,
it was the one with the spaceship and the planets.
Yeah. I don't know. Mark Hamill was in it.
Okay, well, we've narrowed it down.
Yeah.
It's the one with Hayden Christensen.
Yeah, but really, she's just thinking about the Batman animated series.
That's still top tier animated series.
Oh.
It's the only one from our childhood where they actually had guns that weren't shooting lasers.
Yeah, you could kill a man back then.
Yeah. Gotta go back and watch Turtles. They all had laser guns.
That was a dark show, like the Batman animated series. I wonder if that's on like what streaming service would have that?
Well, obviously it's gonna be HBO Max in the States because it's Warner Brothers.
Oh, so like Crave might have it.
Might
have to check that out. I'd watch that from start to finish again if I was bored.
Oh yeah.
If this semi lockdown goes on longer.
I don't know why, but the one that Parker loves to watch all the time is the first Mr. Freeze episode.
Oh, from like that animated series?
Yeah, Heart of Ice.
That's good. Don't let him watch Batman and Robin.
What if he likes puns?
There's better movies for that.
I don't know, man. It's got the Bat credit card. Never leave the cave without it.
The Ice Age.
Ice to see you, Batman. Cool party.
That changed my mind.
Take 2 of these and call me in the morning.
Yeah.
Is your heart cold, Batman?
I remember when I was a young kid, we watched that movie. We rented it.
Oh yeah. You wore out that VHS
from Showbiz Video. We had like a sleepover. Anyways, I guess like the bunch of us, young boys, we like
didn't know any better,
and we started to see women as potential mates, but wouldn't know what to do with them if we had one.
Still don't know what to do with them if you had one.
True. Anyways, like we would appoint them like, oh, like you get like Alicia Silverstone, like Batgirl, and like I think I ended up with like Mr. Freeze's like sidekick there, like the one that like dresses up in like the foo-foo.
Oh, that Vivica A. Fox?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. I can't remember her name. It's probably like Icy or like some stupid.
Yeah, but you know the actress though.
Yeah,
of course, naturally. Yeah, never change. Yeah. So yeah, I got her. Someone else got Uma Thurman.
Yeah. Who got Elle McPherson?
I can't remember. I only remember Alicia, Uma, and Fox.
Some poor fuck ended up with Alfred.
Yeah, Alfred was a steal back then. Nobody wanted Clooney or O'Donnell. We just left those on the table.
Yeah, the bat nipples kind of.
Yeah, you got in like 1998. You kind of had to.
Bat nipples is right. Draw the line.
Yeah, there wasn't the understanding back then.
Aside from the bat nipples, the only other thing I remember from those movies is the like quick cuts of like them putting the costumes on.
Oh yeah. The belt
getting clicked with a huge cod piece, and then the turnaround with the ass shot as the cape like drips down.
Yeah. Yeah, don't let your son watch that ever. First 2, all right.
Yeah, was it last night? Or maybe it was 2 nights ago. Batman, the Keaton Batman was on TV.
Which one?
That's often on.
He was in the first 2, right? He was Batman.
Yeah.
Batman Returns, right?
I still love how the soundtrack is all Prince.
That's pretty awesome, actually.
When you watch it, doesn't fit, but it's Prince, so you'll allow it.
Would you complain about it though?
No, it's like, what would you rather? Like, I'll watch Batman. No, I'd rather listen to Prince.
Honestly, Prince could be playing at my parents' funeral, and I think I'd let it slide. Fuck it.
Just be sitting there and like, here's like this guitar riff going on. Like,
yeah,
right.
Start things off with Raspberry Beret. I wouldn't be mad.
It's the kind you find in a secondhand store. Like,
fingerprints.
Right, stupid.
Ah.
Another joke that you could not get away with today.
Good night, everybody.
I still haven't finished watching the reboot of Animaniacs, the first season, and there's a second one that came out.
Really? I kind of completely forgot about it up until right now.
This very moment. Speaking of reboots, did you see this, Ryan? So Disney Plus is bringing back Tim Allen and the Santa Claus for a limited run series on Disney Plus. So not just a movie, a limited series that will, according to the synopsis. So Tim Allen, who's clearly in his like hundreds, is turning 65, and he's realizing he can't be Santa Claus forever. He wants to spend more time with his family.
I think you can. I think that's the whole idea. This is the shit I'm talking about, world building, man.
So he wants to spend with. So he's got 2 kids apparently up at the North Pole outside of Charlie. So he sets off to find a suitable replacement.
Jesus Christ, Jonathan Taylor Thomas is 40.
Yeah, you don't realize how old you are until people you grew up watching are that much older.
Patricia Richardson's looking.
I like how we're talking to
Pretty
Santa Claus.
good,
You just instantly looked up Home Improvement.
Yeah, I mean, well, it gives you like you look up Tim Allen, and then it gives you the whole.
The whole shebang.
You're looking at Zachary Ty Bryan in a bar, fucking 40 minutes later.
Then you ask him to come bust your table.
Amazing.
Have you rewatched any of those Home Improvement episodes?
Definitely not.
There was a time, and because like we're rewatching Full House with the kids, but there was a time when these 90s family sitcoms had that Christmas episode where Santa Claus apparently exists just like for the kid, and everyone's like questioning it. We've talked about this before, but I don't understand.
Yeah, we talked about this.
Why? Because like later on, when the shows become, kids get older, all that shit's out the window. But it's like I didn't bring this present. Did you bring this present? Like the kids looking up at the sky and like, oh, I guess that was Santa Claus who was in here, who wasn't that homeless man that we thought at the beginning of the episode.
Yeah. Why have I been buying gifts this whole time?
He exists. Just like those talking M&Ms in the commercial. They do exist.
Well, that was a classic commercial.
They still show it, and it's the same one because it's not in HD.
That was on a Christmas tape somewhere that I had as a kid when you had to record everything if you wanted to watch it again.
So you got issues with IP coming back to basically undo everything we learned in the original?
Like to start it, I mean, I don't care about the Santa Claus lore enough for them to, do what you want.
If David Krumholtz comes back as Bernard, would you be in?
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah. That, no. Do we want to talk about that? Do we want to talk about Bernard for a quick 5 minutes?
I'll talk about Bernard. I have no qualms with Bernard. Bernard for life, man.
I love how I just type in Bernard in Google and expect to get results. Don't mention the movie or the actor, just Bernard.
Google should know. It's 2022. Google should know. I'm sure if you put like what happened to Bernard, it would come up. Yeah.
He was supposed to have a role in Santa Claus 3, but he dropped out of the project because he felt they devalued the character. You know what? Good for him, man. Good for him.
He's got principles.
Like,
yeah. Have you seen that piece of shit, Santa Claus 3?
Is that the escape clause? Yeah, I think I saw it.
Yeah, he made the right move.
Oh, 100%. But I mean, I don't know. Maybe I don't respect the Santa Claus franchise as much as David Bernard does. But like, I respect his decision to, take a character that he helped mold seriously and then be like, no, you're taking him in the wrong direction. I will not support a Bernard that acts like this.
I'll shake a snow globe, okay, and toss it to a child.
Yeah.
But I will not dance around. Because that one was the Martin Short one. Yeah, I was gonna say because he did stick out in the second one with a toy Santa Claus.
Judy the elf is now 33. Where does the time go?
I wonder if she's still dating that guy in gift wrapping.
Was that a thing?
I don't know. That's what she says in the first movie. Oh man. All right.
That's enough internet for today.
Yeah. Well, here's tonight's fake sponsor.
I can be any kid on the block. Oh yeah.
They're slugging it out. A left to the jaw and.
Oh, my block is knocked off.
But you can press it right back on. It's Rock'em Sock'em Robots. Press this lever. He throws a right, the other a left. Knock his block off. You're the winner.
Wait till next time.
You can Rock'em Sock'em with the Rock'em Sock'em Robots by Marks.
I mean, is that where knock your block off comes from?
Yeah, I think so.
I think by the sounds of it, that's where it comes from. Huh, there's something new today. Oh, do you remember the ones that were like more our generation, the karate fighters, and they like spun? I had those.
I do not recall those, but
They were. I'll
one
send
moment.
it to you.
I do have them.
Do you have the karate fighters?
No, I have
Oh, the
the
Rock'em Sock'em Robots.
yeah.
Man, there's so many more cooler ones. How come? Oh, I remember I had the. Oh, I had like yeah. I remember now. I had the Native American guy and the I don't know the Shao Kahn looking guy.
Well, when I was looking up commercials, there was apparently a Rocky one.
A Rocky Rock'em Sock'em Robot.
Yeah. Isn't that something?
Man, karate fighters are so cool. Gonna have to get those again.
Hello, eBay.
Apparently, they were endorsed on WWF. Jerry the King Lawler played with them. That's how you know they're legit.
Well, if Jerry the King did it,
Now it's gotta be good.
oh, let this load there. So, yeah, I liked like those kids were dicks to each other, and that one kid got his fucking
Oh, got his
comeuppance there.
block knocked off.
You just wait till next time.
Like what, next time? What? Like, are you gonna go home? Like, I don't think you could like. There wasn't like a one player mode that like you could go home and practice. Like, also, like, was there any inkling of skill to that?
It's not really. It's you'd like legit have to get the plate lined up properly. But even then, like if you just rattle the like ring a little bit, I'm sure the fucking head will pop up. But
I'm sure the fucking thing will go.
nah, fucking no.
So,
It's a piece of plastic.
you sound like a dad of the kid that would have owned that product. I don't know. Fucking. You hit it, comes out. What do you want?
Oh, it's Hyde. Play on the stoop with your friends. Like how those kids were like in the city playing on their fucking front steps.
Yeah, they were stoop kids.
Stoop kids from what was it like?
Hey Arnold.
The
Hey Arnold had the stoop kid.
like I live on Sesame Street or something. So I told you I wanted to do something different with you that we haven't done before.
Yeah.
All right. So apparently 17 magazine is still a thing.
No shit.
And they still do quizzes.
Oh.
So Ryan, I figured let's do a
which man at the mall is for me?
Close. I have two I pulled up. So which one do you want to partake in? What Disney princess are you?
Oh, I don't even want to hear the other one.
Okay. That one is Sullivan.
I'm up. If I'm not Jasmine, I'm quitting this podcast.
Place your bets now. Oh, you sent me the picture?
Yeah, of the stoop kid from here, Arnold.
Oh, that's gonna be your.
That's gonna be my photo next time.
Yeah, I was gonna.
Next time I shave my beard by accident, that'll be my next one.
How stoop a loop.
Stoop a loop, bring your hat.
All right.
I'm ready.
All right. So, question number 1. What is your dream job mostly like? Something creative, something analytical?
Something analytical. I'm not creative.
Your parents ask you for the perfect birthday gift to give you this year. What do you tell them? Tickets to a concert? Tickets to the brand new theme park?
Theme park.
You're heading off to college and are planning how you want to decorate your dorm room. Do you call your
This is a trick question. I'm not going to college.
call your call your roommate to figure out a common theme, or just decide how you want to decorate your side and let your roommate decorate theirs?
Yeah, the latter, my side versus their side.
Which would you rather pick, truth or dare?
Dare.
Are you more likely to be the first to apologize or wait for the other person to apologize first?
Be the first to apologize.
You are a man.
Sure.
That's what we do.
Yeah. Turns out your Disney princess is Gaston.
Or LeFou. Come on, if you saw the remake, he's a little. What's your favorite subject at school? History? You love dreaming about how romantic life must have been back in the day.
I mean,
or gym? You always get to pick to be the team captain.
Is that history part? Do I have to encompass the entire definition of what they just threw down, or can I just say history? What was the other one?
Gym. You always get picked to be team captain.
That's a tough. I mean, I definitely didn't get picked to be team captain. I was decent at both. I'll say history. I'll say history. I think I'm lining up to be Belle here.
What do you like to do in your free time? Hang with friends? Sports. When you're not practicing, you're going for a run or playing tennis with friends.
I love how these are so like mutually exclusive. Like if I have friends, I can't play sports, and vice versa. I'm gonna say hanging with friends,
Mr. Cooper.
Yeah.
How would you ask your crush to prom? Stick a cute note in their locker, or just ask? You got to pick one.
Cute note.
Just says you wanna ? You're having a sleepover with your besties. What will you and your BFFs probably do all night?
Watch Batman and Robin.
Or choreograph dances to all your favorite songs, or an epic game of truth or dare.
By truth or dare, if those are my only two options.
What's your go-to flirting move? Being super nice, playing hard to get?
Being super nice. That's why I never get any progress.
You're just too nice.
Nobody likes a nice guy.
Not this day and age. You need to have the earring and the rolled up t-shirt sleeves.
The frosted tips.
Yeah. You won an all expenses paid vacation to your dream destination. Where'd you go? France.
This is a thorough quiz.
Oh yeah, we're getting there.
Okay, sorry.
France to see the National Library of France, which I guess that would make sense why it's there. Or Beijing to visit the Forbidden City.
France.
What kind of pictures dominate your Instagram feed? Whoa.
Oh, I thought this was like a quiz from like 1992. Is it like recent? Man, 17 has not evolved as a company.
Cool filtered landscapes or snaps of you and your teammates?
I'm just trying to think of what
there's landscapes.
I'm just trying to think of what Disney princess is like on the fucking rugby team.
Yeah, I don't know.
But
apparently there's some.
Okay, so what was it? The filtered landscapes? I'm gonna go with landscapes.
All right. Your friend is stressing. She'll never have a BF.
Neither will I, don't worry.
Where do you tell her to look for love? You can find love anywhere by focusing on yourself and your friends and letting love find you.
Those are both horrible pieces of advice. I would say letting love find you.
How would you describe your style? Classic or sporty?
What does that even mean? Classic.
All right. You're most likely to crush on someone who is charming and popular, tough on the outside, but super sweet once you get to know them.
The latter.
Which two colors do you prefer? gold or turquoise?
Gold. I feel like that one's just a filler.
And what's your idea of a fun workout? Hiking or swimming?
None of the above. I would say
Couch surfing.
I would say hiking. I'm a terrible swimmer, according to my mom.
If you, all right.
You have to consult like the Princess Matrix.
Just tabulate the results. All right.
Submit to your results to PO Box. You'll receive your results in 4 to 6 weeks.
Yeah, along with your decoder ring. Well, this is terrible. The other ones gave you like a tabulation, So I think it's mostly second column answers. You if you answered mostly with the second column, which you did, you relate most to Belle and Mulan. You are independent, you're strong, and you love to try new things.
They don't even narrow it down to one.
I guess they share traits. You love to explore and have new experiences and never take no for an answer.
All right. Yeah. I saw Belle coming. I can be very Bellish. I'm okay with Belle.
Yeah, there's like a library, France. If you were 50-50 across, you would have related to Ariel and Jasmine. You're a dreamer, a risk taker, and you have an adventurous spirit. And when there's something you want, you will stop at nothing to get it.
It should be called Which Mutated Disney Princess Hybrid are you? Well, that was fun. I'm not upset with the results. I'm glad I can be 2 Disney princesses in one.
You're Bellon.
Bellon.
Or Melle.
I like Bellon better. I don't think I want to be Melle.
Who knows where Melle has been?
Melle's seen some shit. Well, I'm going to assume you've naturally already done this quiz, so you can tell me which one you are. Are you Jerial?
No, I'm not much of a dreamer. I'm not a Beatles song.
I wasn't gonna go there.
You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. And the other one was, if I would have taken mostly first column answers, Pocahontas and Snow White. You can usually be found exploring nature and hanging out with your closest friends. You are kind and loyal and can bring out the best in anyone. That's not me.
No.
So yeah, probably Jerial.
That's amazing.
All right, so that was our 17 quiz for this episode.
That was fun. I don't know if I like that more than Florida Man, but damn, was it fun.
Oh, there'll be more Florida Man. Because I got to...
Of course.
We now have a theme song, so the next pod, I'll be introducing that bad boy.
We got to get to 20K downloads.
And now that we're licensing stuff.
Are we licensing Rock'em Sock'em Robots?
Quiet, you. To quote Peabody and Sherman.
That's a classic show. No, nobody ever 10 viewers knows that show.
I never saw the movie.
I think you'll be all right.
Let's just leave that at that.
All right.
Yes, sir.
That's where we were wrapping this up.
We are. That is open caller for this week for the Faceless Wonder, Snowed In and Beardless.
Rhode Island bumper cars.
Get them while they're hot. Cory saying, keep it casual.